With decades of inimitable legal experience to his credit, Mr. Gregory Minter first garnered inspiration for his future as a lawyer during his secondary education. Thereafter, he never wavered from his goal to enter the legal profession. As a child, Mr. Minter consistently harbored a penchant for justice, morality, and the lawful processes which facilitate these proceedings. After obtaining a part-time job at a law firm at the age of 16, the senior partner whom he served under taught him how to perform legal research and allowed him to take on legal projects under the supervision of other lawyers in the firm. For 2 years, Mr. Minter accumulated a considerable amount of expertise from his mentors, and he resolved to pursue a career in litigation. Initially, Mr. Minter enrolled at the Municipal University of Omaha, which is currently known as the University of Nebraska-Omaha, and earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration in 1964. Following his graduation from this institution, he entered the Creighton University School of Law and graduated in 1965 with a Juris Doctor degree. Subsequently, he has been admitted to practice law by the United States Supreme Court, the Nebraska Supreme Court, the United States District Court for the District of Nebraska, and the United States Court of Military Appeals. Beginning in 1965, Mr. Minter worked as an associate lawyer at Fitzgerald, Shore, Barmettler & Brennan, a law firm in continuous existence since 1888 in Omaha, Nebraska. Thriving under the guidance of his supervisors, he received a promotion to partner with this firm in 1971 and continued until his well-deserved retirement in 2013. Since then, the firm has been rebranded as Fitzgerald & Shore, P.C. Over the years, Mr. Minter also was a faculty member of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission's annual Federal, State, and Provincial Securities Conference for 29 years, a consultant for the United States Department of Justice, the president of Nebraska Continuing Legal Education Incorporated, and was appointed by the Nebraska Supreme Court as a director of the Nebraska Judicial College, which provided continuing education to the judiciary of the state, among other organized bodies. Throughout his tenure, Mr. Minter concentrated his legal practice in several areas of legal proficiency, including general corporate and commercial law, federal and state securities law, and immigration law. He also spent a substantial amount of time as a member of federal as well as state securities regulation committees. A proven leader in the legal profession, he, as an adjunct professor, spent 35 years teaching federal and state securities regulation at Creighton University School of Law, a course he created, and 6 years at Nebraska University College of Law. During his time as an educator, he additionally enlightened practicing lawyers on the practice of immigration law. He had considerable experience practicing immigration law in the business, religion, educational, and healthcare sectors. In addition to his legal practice, Mr. Minter served honorably as a captain in the United States Army Reserve with the United States Army Judge Advocate General Corps for 11 years. Regarding his civic responsibilities, he has contributed to numerous associations in multiple capacities. From 1980 to 1984, Mr. Minter was elected as the Vice President and President of the Omaha Ballet Society. From 1983 to 1984, he served as the President of the Omaha Symphony Men's Council. Moreover, he excelled as the President of the Omaha Symphony Association from 1990 to 1992, a member of the Community Advisory Board for KVNO Public Radio Station, and for 20 years as a member of the Nebraska State Bar Association House of Delegates, the governing body of that organization. Among other notable achievements, he sat as a member and vice chair on the Board of Trustees for the Second Unitarian Church of Omaha, and likewise attained emeritus status through the Nebraska State Bar Association. Over the course of his career, Mr. Minter has attributed his professional growth to his tenacity and attentiveness in all aspects of his work, especially in minor details associated with smaller proceedings. In one instance, he presented a case before the Municipal Court of Omaha as a newly licensed lawyer and wanted nothing more than to win. Consequently, he analyzed every minute aspect, researched all applicable issues, and reviewed each document and consulted with his client various times throughout the process. As the opposing attorney assumed Mr. Minter would fail because of his youth as a practicing lawyer, he did not adequately prepare his defense and could not sway the judge in his favor. In light of this, Mr. Minter advises future legal counselors to always remain prepared and never underestimate the opposition. Owing to his efforts, Mr. Minter has been recognized as a Fellow of the Nebraska State Bar Foundation and as a recipient of its Outstanding Legal Educator Award. Mr. Minter maintained memberships with esteemed organizations as a member of the Omaha Bar Association, the American Immigration Lawyers Association, and the Alpha Sigma Nu National Honor Society. He has, over his long career, been in demand as a frequent lecturer at professional and commercial conferences nationally and locally, covering an array of legal topics. Mr. Minter has also written extensively for legal publications. This began while he was still a law student with a 600-plus page chapter on Nebraska criminal law, procedure and forms, and federal constitutional criminal law and procedure. He also wrote 2 hardback volumes on the Nebraska Uniform Commercial Code with forms as well. For many years, Mr. Minter was an editor of the bi-monthly magazine published by the Nebraska State Bar Association for its members. As further testament to his accomplishments, Mr. Minter has been bestowed with the Albert Nelson Marquis Lifetime Achievement Award and is featured in past editions of Who's Who in America, Who's Who in American Law, and Who's Who of Emerging Leaders in America. He is also a recipient of its Distinguished Humanitarian Award for 2020.